Hey, welcome in, everybody. Thanks for logging on to RochesterFirst.com. I'm Chief Meteorologist Eric Sneidel. John darted on us. He's got work to do. He's actually walking right back there behind the camera. See you, John. We'll be back with him, I think, tomorrow as we start to liven this forecast up as we watch the wintry weather headed our way. Live look outside tonight from the ALDOT, not ALDOT, this is just your I-90 shot overlooking Geneva, Batavia, Williamsville, and Victor as well. All of that snowfall has melted away with temperatures above freezing at this hour. We're going to continue to watch these numbers drop closer to freezing tonight. I think by about 9 or 10 o'clock, we're right around that 32-degree mark. And we'll end up falling into the 20s by early tomorrow morning. Much colder day tomorrow, by the way. Radar is quiet, nothing to speak of here, but your first wave, if you will, of precip. Radar is doing its best to figure out what is falling over Cleveland, Ohio, going back and forth between sleet, freezing rain, and just plain old rain with this. And you will note, with the track of this moving east-northeast, you're probably going to end up getting some of this into New York State, so we think the southern tier especially is fair game for a light wintry mix later on tonight. We'll go from a line from roughly Buffalo, Dansville, Penn Yan, and point southward through a northward. You shouldn't be picking up on any of that. Early temps by tomorrow morning. Let's go with low to mid-20s. We've got cloudy skies early, some partial sunshine by the afternoon, but you will note here at no point tomorrow afternoon do we get back into the 30s, and that raises an eyebrow now. The models have trended slightly colder and slightly farther to the south with our first wave of low pressure on Thursday. What does that mean? Well, it means you may be talking more wintry weather than plain rain out of this. So if that is your cup of tea, this is your kind of forecast. Early Thursday morning, we've got the leading edge of what should be a pretty good burst of heavy, wet snow out of this. I would imagine by about the Thursday morning commute, most locations are going to have a couple of inches of sloppy, slushy snow that will already be on the ground. Then we start getting this warmer air aloft, and it will take that snow and turn it over into a period of everything. There could be snow still in there. There's probably going to be some sleet and some freezing rain in there, too. And this is where the tap dance is going to occur with how much issue and impact we're going to get out of this through the day on Thursday. We are still hovering precariously close to that freezing mark. That's 6:30 into the afternoon. So not only the drive into work on Thursday, but I think the drive home into the afternoon could be a little tricky. 33 degrees by 10:30, and we still were just teetering on that freezing line all the way into Friday as we get more of these chunks of energy coming on in. Now, where the lows go is probably the most important thing in this whole equation on what's going to end up falling out of this. The farther west these lows end up tracking, the more warm air gets flung our way. So if we kind of segue this into 5 distinct areas, the left side, it's mainly rain. You get into more of that snow the farther to the right you go. As of yesterday, when we did one of these videos, the model suggested that low went pretty much right over us in Rochester. So you're right on that messy mix line. What we are noting today is we're detouring that slightly off to the east. So I think what that's going to mean for us is probably some more snow, number one, and more overall wintry weather out of this. Second low will take more of this track as we get into the day on Friday, which I think is going to add some additional snowfall to the area as we go into Friday, and some lake enhancement could be in there too. The way we'll kind of divvy this up from the threat index, I think the biggest issues out of this beginning Wednesday night and through Friday are now going to favor both snow and ice. Less rain, more of that wintry mix. How about accumulations? Well, truth be told, I think we're still a little early on in the game to be able to give you an accurate number on that. However, I think that we're close enough here that I would not be, I think, stepping out of bounds to suggest that we could see several slushy inches of accumulation out of this, with maybe some more additional snow, depending on that final track on Friday, that would fall on top of that. Is this going to be a big, massive snowstorm? No, I don't think we're going down that route. Even though the models have gone colder and have increased the overall snow amounts, I just don't see this as being a really big-ticket affair. I don't see us getting a foot of snow out of this. Could somebody get 6 inches of snow out of this? I suppose that's possible. So if that's a big snowstorm to you, then we'll certainly take that. But the confidence at this point still remains relatively low. When you start seeing changes like this, that should imply that you could still have more further changes still yet to come. So we've got a lot that we still need to iron out with this. I do know at this point that Thursday morning is not going to be a fun commute. We told you that yesterday. And I think that evidence is only mounting with what we are seeing here. And we may introduce the afternoon commute, too, being just as messy if we never make it above freezing. So lots to watch. More snow showers on Friday. If we can get the lake involved there, again, there could be some additional snow accumulations there before we go much colder heading into our weekend. We'll see you coming up in about 18 minutes or so for the news at 5. Take care.